Shalom, family. Shalom, it's the Hebrew life again. Back base rules. And I'm back. The people are slowly, the American people, that the wall was not built for the Mexicans, but it was built for them to stay into America. You know, it's been a minute, so the main thing on the news right now is the corona disease. So we're gonna go into that one. The corona disease. First of all, if you got any ounce of faith in you, any ounce of faith in the Most High and His Son, we know that the scriptures constantly go over the diseases and sicknesses of the world. Now, if you read Matthew 9:35, and I'll probably read it later on in this video. If you read Matthew 9:35 through 38, it says Christ came and He healed all diseases and all sicknesses. So us being followers of Christ, Yahusha, and us having that same power as our brethren, we shouldn't be scared, because we have the power to wipe out whatever disease. What's up, Judas Matthias? Shalom, brother. Shalom. We have the power to wipe out whatever disease that come our way. So you got a lot of people panicking. They running to the store. They buying up all the toilet tissue, all of the food, all of the resources, because they're carnal-minded, meaning they can't. 9:10. It says, "No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling." This is Psalms 91:10. So if you believe in that, you know ain't no plagues or sicknesses coming towards our dwelling. It's just like the blood being on your doorposts in Egypt. You know, the Egyptians / the Americans, and that's who it's gonna get. I heard these ain't even able to hit and affect anybody in Africa. The main deaths are coming in Europe, Italy, and all these different places in Europe. So with that being said, the Most High is showing His hands in these last days. A lot of wickedness that been going on. People have forgot that there are still brothers and sisters being wrongfully prosecuted and in prison. You have people going through all manner of evil within the system. You have people who can't find jobs. You have people who've been wrongfully jailed. People who's been, it's still brothers and sisters being hung in the South, you know. And I think this is a wake-up call to people who call themselves wanting to break from the system, because if you can't see it, everybody else can. And we see that this is just a small step to prepare people for martial law. Now, most people don't even know what martial law is. One of my first videos was over martial law. I said this was the main reason why Trump was elected. If it's not in his candidacy and presidency, it'll be in another. But they're slowly preparing people for martial law. Nobody I know around me has died from this disease. I think it's been one case in Illinois, and everybody who's caught it has been 60 years old and above. These people could be dying from regular natural causes, ammonia. This corona disease is nothing more than the flu times 2. You got but that shows how much the masses is misled, how much that the TV means something to people. He say, she say rules the world right now, because nobody knows anybody who's dying from it, but yet they're running to the store to buy all of the toilet tissue. And I seen a post, and these people have bought all the toilet tissue and the food, but the vitamin section was full. Now, if you find something that attacks the immune system and the respiratory system, why would you go buy food and toilet paper and not vitamins to boost your immune system? See, this lets you know you're dealing with a foolish people. And the Most High didn't put fear in us, but he put love and a sound mind in us. So when I see people, it's okay to be aware. No, don't be a fool, but don't believe everything you see on TV. Take it with a grain of salt because it's a scare tactic. If you ask me, it's something to prepare you for something that's bigger that's coming. This isn't the outbreak, but it will be something more than that. And this can go so many different ways because they can try to force you into getting a shot or a vaccine, which could be the mark of the beast. We don't know. We don't know what times we living in. We know we living in the times of Revelation. We know we have people in the Holy Land saying that they're us and they're not. And a lot of prophecies that went off. This could be something just to huddle everybody up. We're learning that the FEMA camps that everybody was worrying about is actually probably going to be quarantine camps. And if you believe that they have the cure and you believe that they have your best well-being in their mind, then go on ahead, get in line and do whatever they say for you to have to be a part of the system. Right now it's a split because you have half the people who don't believe in it, you have half of the American people who's scared to death, and they'll do anything that the government tell them to do. Take any shots they tell them to do, report anywhere they tell them to report, because that's their God. Once you accept America, the president, as your superiorities and your God, you know what I'm saying? That's when you lose, because you take God out the picture. You take Psalms 91 out the picture. You take Matthew 9:35 out the picture, and you're just stuck with science. And when you leave science to be your dictator on whether you will live or die, you will most likely die, because science constantly is evolving. This corona disease is nothing more than a common cold that they have multiplied. I don't know what's going on. China said they're not responsible for it. They saying it's something that's been made in the lab. America saying China is responsible for it. See, I'm not surprised when I see them eating bat soup. You said Psalms 91 is a staple in my daily prayer. I have a necklace with it on. That's what's up, sister. Hallelujah, because I'm going to read that again. Psalms 91, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. So, like the Bible said, 1,000 gonna be dropping on one side and 10,000 be dropping on another side, and we'll still be standing still alive. We gotta have this faith that the Most High has us in these times of trouble. This is Jacob's trouble, because as you seeing, everybody around you is brainwashed. You looking around, everybody around you is brainwashed. They don't know what to do. They're panicking. They believe anything they hear on the news. If they say it's 11,000 people that die from this disease, they taking the numbers to the heart. We don't know if these numbers are real. I done seen news clippings with 33 people dead in several different places. I know 33 is a Masonic number. I seen the president fake shaking hands and bumping elbows with his colleagues. So, my thing is, you tell us what the disease does, but you guys don't have a cure for it. You can't tell me what it does to the body. We just know it breaks down the respiratory system and the immune system. We just know that people over 60 years old is dying. We don't know any young people dying from this disease. And then I feel like a lot of Americans is getting a rude awakening, because we pay attention, and now there's no talk of any Mexicans. I think that was probably a shot to the Mexicans, the corona. Coronas is probably on the all-time low on sales on beers, but I bet Chinese food is on the all-time low right now too. But this is really just, this is gonna trickle down to not only the world, but it's gonna trickle down to the American people, because I'm also saying that a lot of private businesses has been getting shut down. Most people don't know, a lot of the businesses in America is based off of food. People love to eat. So when you shut that down, you shut all these private businesses down. They said we gonna be in the worst time in the economy probably since the Great Depression. because nobody's able to make money. Nobody's able to walk. In my state of Illinois, we can't even walk into the restaurants and eat. We can't sit down and eat. I'm hearing that they finna go on this. If you ain't going to work or you going to the doctor, you can't even, I mean, be out roaming the streets type of thing. It sounds more and more like martial law. A lot of people don't know what martial law is, so I got a few things I can read off. Basically what martial law is the people has failed and the government has to take over. It's basically a military-ran government. The Constitution has been suspended. Your freedom of rights has been suspended. Your freedom to press, all of that has been suspended. Habeas corpus, all of that has been suspended. So we basically going to a military-ran government where you can't be out after a certain time in the dark. If you're not going to work, to the store, to the doctor or something like that, you're going to be deemed an enemy. And Israelites don't really have to pick and choose and stick together in these times. We not down with anything that tell us we can't celebrate and keep the laws of the Most High. Whenever that happens, that's when we'll be making our move. Right now, we got to be patient and see where this thing is going. You know, we shouldn't panic and run to the store and try to stock up on supplies, because the Bible said we shouldn't live off bread alone, but by every word of the Most High. So while everybody's running trying to get bread and food, I hope you got the word of the Most High in you, because you can't live without that. Can't live without that. You said, looking at my comments. So, you know, I don't know if nobody got any questions or not. I'll probably go back on the subject later on and do another video, but that's just how I feel about it right now. You know, if you got faith for the Most High, you're not going to be too much worried about it. You know, I swear to you, shit, man, I don't even mean to swear. I promise, I could have sworn I had it probably a month and a half, 2 months ago. Everybody at my job was very sick. They were throwing up. And Shalom, April. Shalom. Shalom. So, you know, everybody at my job was sick. You know, I had to leave work one day because I was sick, and it was flu-like symptoms. So I believe that this thing that already came through Illinois or whatever state is attacking, and you know, people done caught it and they done threw it up and then they got it out their system and they don't even know they had it, because it was like a flu, a strain flu or something like that. Like my father say though, if it's something that you could catch, by the time you catch it, you already be dead by the time they tell you it's out. 30,000, 40, 50,000 people be dead by the time they even tell you that something is out. So there's no point to worrying yourself about what's to come. The Most High got us. We not worried about plagues. We not worried about sicknesses or diseases, because that's all wiped out through the scriptures. Christ said we could reverse all sicknesses and diseases. Psalms 91 said no sickness or plagues is going to come towards our dwelling. So your neighbor might get hit, and your cousin that don't believe in the Most High, they might get hit. But if you believe in the Most High, you ain't got to worry about getting hit. So, you know, have faith in the Most High. Yahusha or Jesus, his main point with us was we're a faithless generation, old faithless ones. These people, these Israelite people, we have no faith. We only believe in the physical. And I feel like this is the time where the physical and the spiritual is going to clash, and it's going to be a choice on what you believe in. Do you believe in the things, the unseen things of this world, the unseen things that you know is there, or do you believe in what is actually there? It's kind of strange to me that the only place you can go is to the grocery store or to the doctor. See, they make sure they keep their pharmaceutical beliefs alive so the people continue to run to the doctor to feel like they've been cured, when really they're only getting a treatment. You're only getting a treatment. To be cured and healed is one thing, and to have a treatment is another thing. They're just treating it for that time being. We need healing. We need healing. So, you know, if y'all got any questions, y'all let me know. That's pretty much what it is on this side when it comes to being an Israelite. We not worried about nothing. Said, shalom, brother. We good. The Most High God of Israel got us. Big facts. He said, in the 400 years up his hand and on the enemy, but this people must repent and come come back to the damn it, I just deleted a message. I'm sorry, April. Yeah, most definitely, brother. Yeah, it's time for the people to wake up. We've been over here for a long time. Right now, the Most High is not finna be dealing with these ignorant people who constantly want to be an American and constantly want to be in this westernized system, and they know nothing about their origins. The time is coming. If you don't know that you belong to a special covenant with the Most High, you still over here thinking your history start with Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and all of the black history people who did stuff in this country, which I take nothing away from my brothers and sisters who did something in this country, but our history don't start in this country. And that's 90% of the black Americans think that their history started in America. They think we was swinging on trees, eating bananas in Africa. And, that's not the case. We are a special people. This isn't just an African thing. Africa's not even studying this situation because nobody in Africa caught it. One person caught it in Africa, and he was a white German man in Africa. That was the only person in Africa who caught it. The time of the Gentiles is ticking. It's slowly ticking away. You see the United Nations and all these different nations arguing amongst each other. Something big is about to arise, and that's all I can say. People are sheeple, and in order to get them in line and keep them in a huddle, you have to have wolves. You know what I'm saying? You have to have wolves, and you have to be... See, the devil has a shepherd just like the Most High has a shepherd. See, there's a shepherd who's controlling and moving all of these masses in America and all around the world to make them believe and huddle up in the crowd and to be scared and to believe whatever they put on TV is a fact. Then you have another shepherd. His name is Yahusha, Jesus Christ, and he's a shepherd too. And he's leading his sheep into green pasture. But this other shepherd, the shepherd of the world, he's leading his sheep off the cliff. And you believing that a disease can take you down? You said a lot of videos are going around about the mark of the beast. Yeah, I could believe that this is a start to them trying to implement the mark of the beast. I know one thing. If they tell me I can't buy or sell unless I get this vaccine, I know what it is right then and there. And I want everybody to know that. If they tell you you can't buy or sell unless you get a vaccine or you get this implemented in you or whatever, just know that that's the mark of the beast. Just know if you you accept that you block yourself out of heaven because you have allowed a one world government, the beast, to treat you like a cattle or treat you like an animal and mark you and brand you and put you in a crowd with all of the other people who've been branded. You're no longer a living and breathing soul for the Most High. You became like cattle or like a chicken or like anything else on the farm, just a number. And we're living and breathing souls from the Most High. No way that 1,000 people could rule the rest of the world. 1,000 of the elite people who have all of the money, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and etc., can all organize all of the Wu family and all of the Arabian families, the wicked Arabian or wicked African families. All of these wicked seeds can combine and rule the whole world based off of fear. See, I love it because it proves my Messiah right. He came to conquer death. If death is still a tool these days used to control and rule the people, that's why Jesus Christ came to conquer death with the Romans. That's why he rose after the death, to show them, look, death can't even conquer me. He said he has the keys to death and to life, to hell and to heaven. And that, if you want to take a system now that use fear and death and sickness to control their people, then you take that out the way. You take the fear of death out the way. Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. See, because before the 9/11 thing, yes sir, fear God to keep his commandments. Before the 9/11 thing, you had a lot of people resigning from their stock markets. You know what I'm saying? Before the hit on 9/11, a lot of people were stepping down from their positions and etc. Now you have the same thing going on with these CEOs, the CEO of Microsoft, the CEO Every main head company has resigned down from their position. That's because they finna lose out in their stock. Nobody's gonna be buying these things. It's gonna come a time where every man, he ain't gonna be against another man. You're gonna have people shooting about water, shooting about a piece of bread that night. While everybody's trying to be fly, it's coming a time where the conscious man and the conscious woman is finna be on top. If you conscious and you woke out here, man, that's finna be valuable these days, because these people who just believe in whatever the TV say, man, they going straight off a cliff. I'm telling you, they going straight off a cliff, and they following a wolf in sheep clothing. Yeah, all these CEOs stepping down is a big sign. I mean, if you are owner of something, why would you step down? You know, they know what take people attention. They know sports and entertainment is what people pay attention to. So if you tell somebody one of your favorite actors caught the disease, or you tell somebody that the NBA players got it, now you thinking, oh man, this hit the higher up people's, man. What's gonna stop it from hitting me? We don't have the money to run to the store and buy everything, but we do have the power to get closer to the Most High, to open up that book and to read what times are we in. Because as long as you sit back and you don't want to read, the Bible tells you what times we in. The Bible tells you when you can expect Christ to come. He said, no man know the day and the hour. But we know the times. We know what's going to be going on when he's finna show his face. We don't know the exact hour he's coming, but we know the exact season he's coming in. So, you know, if you don't get into the Bible and read what times you in and read how you can protect yourself, you're gonna be running around like a chicken with his head cut off. You're gonna be running buying all the toilet tissue. You're gonna be running buying all of the food. You know what I mean? You're gonna be running doing all of these fleshly things to protect yourself in the physical. And when you look back, you aren't gonna be doing nothing to protect yourself in the spiritual. Put the whole armor of y'all on. Put the whole armor of y'all on. Tighten your boots up and let's go. We ready to do it. We the children of the covenant. We the children of the highest. So we must act like that. I don't want to see no Israelites and no people who call themselves conscious running around panicking about something the Most High told us wouldn't even touch us. That is the way of the Gentile. Worry about what you gonna eat, what you gonna drink, what you gonna wear. We shouldn't live our bread alone. The scriptures done told us this. When they said it was going to be a hit, all I did is make sure I had enough food for a week or two. Because I know my God make miracles. I'm not finna go out and have enough food for 2 months ahead of time. Bombs might drop. Anything might happen. These people are silly. They don't know if they might even be in the same place. You can't take all of that food and toilet paper with you when you on the run. We always been on the go people. We are Israelites. We never been this people that get settled really anywhere besides the land of Israel. We always been a pick up and go people. When we left Egypt, we picked up our belongings and we left. You said he has crippled the nation before you because he heard our cries. Who will believe? Yeah, the Most High, I believe he is hearing our cries. All of the brothers being shot by the police, all of the brothers being wrongly incarcerated, all of the women who's being done wrong, and you know what I mean, they trying their best to be with a man, and the man is trying his best to be with a woman, and they just seem to be running to these wicked people. All these based off of the system that these people believe in. This is what caused the problem. That's why the scriptures say we fight not against flesh and blood, but principalities and power in high places. These power in these high places is these standards these people make, and they have the people follow it. And these standards that they try to make people follow is nothing of God. It's actually the opposite of God. It's of the devil. All of this homosexual stuff, see, all of that, you know what I'm saying? All of this disease is kicked off after that. The Most High is not happy with the world because now you're dealing with the children. When you push lies on the children, it's different than you pushing lies on the grown-up. See, a grown-up, He's a grown up. He understands that you could possibly lie to him. He understands that, you know what I mean, he needs to do his research. A child doesn't know that. A child figures, hey, you're an adult, you're somebody older than me. Just like with Adam and Eve, it shouldn't be no reason that you lying to me. But the scriptures say trust no man. And that's what we gonna do. We gonna trust no man. We only gonna trust the prophets and trust the word of the Most High to get us through these hard times. Now, don't be no fool. Use your common sense. But have faith in the Most High also. Read his stories about how, in Elijah, how a woman would put something inside a cover and open it, and there would be new food in it every day. She opened it up. These is the miracles our God can make. How he can make water come out of a rock. He can make money come out of a fish's mouth. We not worried about worldly things when our God has showed us time and time again that he could do out this world things, and he can also amaze the people of this world. That's what makes us Israel. We have power with God and we have power with men. We have power with the spiritual and we have power with the physical. We're not just a totally physical people. We have a spiritual aspect. And right now it's time to cling on to that spiritual aspect. It's time to ask yourself, is everything I've been believing in this country? Because we ain't been over here that long. So ain't no point in you getting settled. You got to ask yourself, dang, why ain't no Africans out? Africa done just say we can't even come over there. They said nobody from America could come over here. So if them was our brothers and sisters fully like everybody think they is, like everybody think Africans so Africans, why ain't they offering us a free boat ride, a free plane ride to come back home? Why are they saying, look, y'all can't come over here? So people need to open their eyes up. They're calling you black. They're calling you African American. Right now is the time to wake up. Nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows who they are. If you want to know who you are and what you need to be doing in this time, right now is the time to do it, because we don't have forever. The Most High is not going to... He's trying to show people that this country and this system that you believe in has failed you. It's not real. It's a mirage. America is a mirage. He said they getting punished with the locusts. Yeah, ain't nothing growing. Ain't no food growing for them. You know, we leaving Egypt again, family. America is a powerhouse just like Egypt. We have people lost in Egypt just like they lost in America. Believing in the cultures, believing in whatever they say. Just like the people in the desert with Moses, wanting to go back to Egypt. We're going to have people wanting to go back to America. They're going to miss the luxury of the comfortability. If you want to make it somewhere in life, you want to do something great, man, you're going to have to be uncomfortable. The Most High ain't never had it to the point where we was just going to be totally comfortable. If, like I say, if the animals got to look behind their back, why shouldn't you? Yeah, that deer is beautiful. That bird is beautiful, but he's in the system, he's in the food chain process where anything could come at any time and try to take his life. That lion is beautiful, but everything has its enemies and everything has its pros and its cons. The time for rest and relaxation and slumber is over with. If you a man and you don't know how to take care of your family, it's going to show in these times. If you a woman and you don't know how to get along with your man, it's going to show in these times. If you a child and you disobedient, you might lose your life in these times. You finna really see where unity is. You're going to really see the Chinese stick with the Chinese and the white stick with the white. But the black can't stick with the black because the black hate each other. We a self-hating nation. The only way you could be saved is through Israel, because it's all love there. We know where our land is. But these people who call themselves black, they finna be set through a long tornado twister of believing a false belief, of believing the government, believing they got their best interests at hand when they really don't. You say, yeah, we going home, just follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God of Israel. Big facts, brother. Big facts. You follow these laws and these commandments, you good. If they kill you, just know you got a golden ticket to come back and fight with Christ in this war to take down the wickedness of this world. We not worried about nothing. This truth is a double-edged sword. The Most High said his word is quick and powerful. Yeah, and even if a man made this and allowed, we got to understand the Most High is in control of all things. He said he's going to destroy them with their own devices. We don't know if they created this disease to kill a lot of people, a lot of civilians, and this disease ended up killing a whole bunch of old people, a whole bunch of Caucasian people. In Illinois, there's one case of a black woman catching something. I don't even know what type of faith she had, but I could tell you one thing. If you people think y'all melanin gonna stop y'all from the players of the Most High, you better think about what happened to Egypt, because they was black too. And they had melanin too. If the Most High want to put something on you, he gonna put it on you. If he got a plague for you, he got a plague for you. Your skin color ain't gonna matter. All this is gonna be based off of your righteousness and your belief in the Most High, is if you gonna be protected or not. So don't let somebody come to you lying, telling you, oh, well, if you're black, you can't catch it. Because I believe you can catch it if your faith is lacking. I believe you can catch it because your mind is so strong, and if you believe you have it, you'll start to have symptoms. If I believe I'm sick in my mind, my body will follow. If I think I'm good in my mind and I have faith in my mind, my body will follow. Our brains are very powerful, people. Don't let these people play with your brain and twist your brain. Your brain is from the Most High. Use your common sense and take the fear out your heart and throw it somewhere, because the Most High put a sound mind and love in us. We only have a fear for the Most High. So all I'm worried about is fasting and praying for my family and praying that the Most High protect us in these times. I believe something major is coming. I believe this is a scare tactic and a drill to see how they can arrange and how everything's gonna go when they implement the real plan. What are the people gonna do when they implement the real plan? So this is just a test run. This is just a test run. So I'm finna get out of that, family. If y'all got any questions, y'all let me know. Exactly, Mika. Fasting and praying, man. And like the scriptures say, we shouldn't live our bread alone. So ain't no point of you running to Walmart, which is spelled martial law anyway. If you mix the letters up, and it has a 6-point star on it, you know that's the Jewish Zionist establishment, you know. So open your eyes up. Watch what you believe. Like I say all the time, the word lie is right in the middle of believe. And the Bible said, trust no man. Prove all things. You say people dying from the corona, prove it. Let me see some body bags. Let me see some people dying. Let me see some cousins and some friends that done died from it. Everybody around me ain't died from it, so I don't believe it. They done shut the whole city down. Why? It's all a drill. Y'all giving all of these celebrities and NBA players tests, prove that they got it. How do we know they have it for real? You know, it's all speculation. All of the numbers are to be questioned. All of the people who say they have it are to be questioned, because people will do anything for money. People will do anything for fame, and people will do anything for their so-called country. Trust no man. Don't even trust me. Just go do your research on these things. Yeah, happy Sabbath, brother. You know, today's when the sun go down, it's the Sabbath, and we loving it. We finna pray. We finna get closer to the Most High and thank him for protecting us another week while everybody running around like a chicken with their head cut off. You know, I ain't been worried at all. People been sanitizing their hands, and they do whatever they tell them to do. You know, you opening your pores up for stuff. That's silly. You know, how I look at it, if y'all owe China, y'all need to get that money to them, America. Ain't no point in you making some wing hoon disease and saying it comes from China. Them people been eating that stuff forever. Them heathens been eating that food forever. You ain't finna tell me that now, since they been eating bats, frogs, and several other unclean foods, that is causing this new disease that stems from the cold disease. China has denied even this disease even comes from them, and they've been healing people at a rapid rate. If you look in the news, they didn't heal basically most of their country. So why, if China is healing their country, why don't America and these other countries have the cure? What is the cure? They never gave you the cure, because they'll be coming out with one in a couple months, charge you $99.95 for it, or die. That's how you gonna feel in your mind. Because they control the pharmaceuticals. I've heard oregano oil and bee pollen. There's several other natural remedies that can cure your body. But they're going to boost the pharmaceutical industry. They're going to boost every other industry that helps them out. You know, it's a scare tactic, people. And what I'm saying is a lot of people are scared. He said the Most High got the Smiths that blow the coal. Yeah, the Most High is a consuming fire, man. But like I read in the beginning of the video, the two verses that stick out for me is Matthew. I'm gonna pull it before this video ends because I got a Bible in here. We're gonna go to Psalms first. We're gonna go to Psalms 91 first. Go in chronological order, whatever you want to call it. So in Psalms 91, it's my Ak Bible, man. You left it in here. You left your sword, man. I'm gonna use it. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High abide under the shadow of the Almighty. And I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence." That's sickness, fam. "He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. And His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrows that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come near thee or nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. And there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come near thee, near thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels a charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against the stone. Ain't that what Hashatan said to the Hamashiach, to dive off? You know the angels won't let you dash your foot. See, we have the same protection that Christ has, and we decide to get under the habitation of the Most High. There's nothing you should be worried about after you read this. Long as you dwelleth in the secret place with the Most High, and you abide under His shadow of the Almighty, you protect the family. I don't even know why y'all worried. Let's go to Matthew before I get out of here, family, because we got some more. I got to go in here and chop it up with my father, you know. I was going to put him on the video. I might still put him on the video. Matthew 9 and 35. Let's go to it. All right. We're going to start at verse 34. It said, no, we're going to start at verse 33. "And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, It was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, He casteth out devils through the prince of devils. And Jesus went about all the city and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease amongst the people. But when He saw the multitudes, He moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad, having as sheep having no shepherd. We weren't made to worry, family. The Most High gave us a mind of love and a mind that's sound and grounded. We have the ability to cast out devils. We have the ability to cast out sickness. There's no reason for you to be afraid. As the title is, these people, all of these diehard extremist American people, they're slowly finding out that the wall was never built for the Mexicans, that there was never really a beef with the Mexicans, because they account for how much percent of the labor in America? Probably a 30% of the labor, 40% of the labor in America, because they sure ain't doing all the work. We account for the other 40% probably. So, you know, the wall was built to keep us in, family. If you didn't notice, they're trying to keep you in America. You can't swim across the Atlantic. You can't swim across the Pacific. Can't get into Canada without running to some Mounties. You ain't finna get into Mexico without running to the wall. You're not swimming to Cuba or nowhere off of the Florida coast. You're trapped. You're in America, and the only way out is to be released like he released us in Egypt. A great power must be brought down to their knees. And once again, the Most High will say, let my people go. You black people who forgot we came over here as slaves 400 years ago to work for free labor, you black folks who forgot this became the most powerful country in the world almost because of the free labor, y'all gonna soon to be woken up, because y'all must have forgot what y'all came from. Y'all have forgotten y'all roots, and y'all have just paid attention to the tree that sticks out the ground, to the flower that sticks out the ground. You have forgotten where your roots come from. So you people forgot your history and don't even care to know your history before you came to America, y'all gonna be the main ones dying. Y'all gonna be the main ones being tricked by the government. Y'all gonna be the main ones taking the mark of the beast, because y'all believe in the beast and y'all don't understand that the beast feeds off people, feeds off the desires of men. Just like the devil is. He's a friend of men. He's not a friend of the Most High. He wants to prove, he wants to give man everything that they not supposed to have. If your parents say something isn't good for you, it's not good for you. They don't have to go into details. You'll see the older you get and the more mature you get, oh, I see why that wasn't for me. I see why they denied me of this. I see why they cut me off of that. I see why they stopped me when I was being immature there. Exactly. The Most High gonna plead with them with the sword, and everybody's gonna be led into that valley of Jehoshaphat. As you see, everybody, Iran, all these countries is getting into it, you know, over there in the Middle East. They all, America and all these people are being led to the valley of Jehoshaphat. The Most High will plead for his land and for his people. And the Most High don't plead with nobody. So he's just trying to get them a chance because he's a merciful God. But they're not going to give it up, and the war is going to have to ensue, and they won't be successful at it. But we got to have patience, people. This not going to happen in one day. Rome wasn't built in one day, nor was Israel, nor was anything built in one day. Nothing that comes fast is going to last anyways. We got to be patient, and we got to endure to the end. We have to be meek. The Bible said the meek shall inherit to the earth. If we ain't willing to endure some hard times and some hardships, we won't inherit the kingdom. If you want to be a coward in this time, you won't inherit the kingdom. And let me go to Revelations before I get out of here, because you won't inherit the kingdom. You want to be a coward, you won't inherit the kingdom. We're going to flip it. We're going to go back to Revelations. Revelations 22 and 12. Because I want you to know who won't make it into the kingdom. We're going to start right here. It says, he saith unto me, seal not the sayings of the prophecy of this book, for the time is at hand. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his works shall be. Rich or poor, it don't matter. I am the Alpha, the beginning, and the Omega, the end, as my brother said in the chat. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have a tree, that they may have a right to the tree of life, and that they may enter into the gates into the city. What city? That holy city of Jerusalem, family. For without, so these are the people who not in that holy city, that roads is made out of gold. That city with them 12 gates on it. Blessed are he that do the commandments. You got to do his commandments to enter to the gate. Let's read what happens if you're not in the gate. This is something that you have taken on, some spirit that you've taken on and not allow you into the kingdom of heaven. For without are dogs. You just want to be doggish. You don't care. You don't care about nothing. You don't have no feelings. You want to be a dog. You want to dog women out. You want to dog men out. Oh, yeah. Sorcerers. Whoremongers. You want to chase women around. You want to just sleep with whores your whole life. You want to make whores out of Israel. You don't want to make no woman, no wife, no concubine, no nothing. You just want sex with her and that's it and send her by her way. You're being a whoremonger, whether you a female or a male. It's male whores out here too. Murderers. You just want to kill people with no cause. Because killing somebody and murdering somebody is two different things. The Most High, we are warriors of him. So he sent us to kill. But it was a righteous kill. Murdering, you just blow somebody's brains out with no cause, no reason. Or you take a hit. Idolaters. You want to idolize LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Beyonce, and whoever else. Yeah, you're going to fall in here. And whoever loveth and maketh a lie. So you ain't got to make of the lie. All you got to do is love the lie that's been made. Believe the lie that's been made, and you're going to find yourself outside the kingdom. I, Yahusha, or Jesus, have sent my angel to testify unto you these things. In the churches, I am the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. He is, not Hashatan. In the spirit, and the bride say, come, and let him hear him say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. For I testify unto you, every man that heareth this word of this prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues which are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of this book, of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. He which testify these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so come the Elohim Yahusha, and the grace of our Elohim Yahusha HaMashiach will be with you all. Amen. 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 So, family, I don't really got much to say about this situation. You know, don't believe in the physical. That's all I can tell you. Believe in the spiritual. You have a brain. You can't see it, though. You know it's in there. You can't see it. I have a soul. I can't see my soul. I can't see my aura, but I know what's in there. Don't believe in stuff you could touch. You know, the car and, you know, the house and the food and the toilet paper. All the stuff you can touch. But you don't believe in nothing you can't touch or nothing you can't see. Just like we know it's a God, but we can't see him and we can't touch him. Only way the closest we get to touching God is touching our brothers and our sisters. Like the scriptures say. How could you love God, somebody you haven't seen, and hate your brother, somebody you see all the time? It don't make sense for you to have love for God who you haven't seen, and you have no love for somebody you see on a daily. I'm Base Jerusalem. This is the Hebrew Life. And shalom, family. Shalom. For God to keep his commandments.